Once I was qualified, then I just fucked it off, and I thought, well, what I'll do is
you qualified as a teacher, and I was like, I'm doing fine as a comic. So you basically did everything you needed to do to get the qualification, and then they were like, right, Freddie, so where do you want to go? I want to go to Carlisle for 100 quid, so fuck you.
Yeah. And then, well, the thing is the idea was that I could always have supply to lean back on. I've been doing some supply during the pandemic, and it's fucking crap. It's just dog shit.
So supply is when teachers are off sick and you go in and sort of have to walk into teaching a class that you've sort of got no idea where they're up to or what they're doing.
Yes, and you basically just have to make it up as you go along.
Yeah.
So I have taught Spanish during the pandemic.
Do you speak any Spanish?
Can't speak a fucking word. None.
How do you do that?
No bien. I don't fucking know.
Just make it up.
You are, sorry?
You just a class full of kids in Preston who just can't speak Spanish now because you told them all the wrong words.
I'll show you how I do it, right? And this only works with younger kids. Older kids see straight through it, right? Let's say there's a fucking question on the board. What does soy mean or something like that? Yeah? What does soy mean? Okay, Adam, what do we think? What does soy mean?
Penis.
Is he right? And then the class will let you know.
What if they all go, no?
Then you go, he's not right. What do we think? And then someone will go, oh, I am. Is she right?
He's just playing higher and lower with the class.
Literally, Bruce Forsyth. Higher than a penis, you say, and I am. It's literally as easy as that.
Right.
But then sometimes you will teach, like, so for example, I had to teach a year 11 class physics, the lesson before the mock exam.
Oh, that's not fun.
Literally, one of the kids was like, sir, what's the formula for converting kinetic energy through to excess heat energy? And it's like,
I don't. You need
don't even
your
know what you
real
just said.
teacher's
Yeah.
phone number and ring his sick ass and
But
ask.
they're all self-isolating, so it's like...
So you've been doing this since, like, the schools went back in what, like July or June, July?
Well,
Have
no,
you
that's
been
school holidays, isn't it, July? So
No, when did the schools go back? June?
September.
Did they go back in September? I thought they went back before. So have you been picking off bits?
I did some bits, and I did some bits in November as well.
By the way, can I just say, that summer holiday was a load of shit, wasn't it? Like, right, schools have been off when? Well, from the end of March right through until about June. Like, well, we're going to need the summer holiday though, aren't we, guys? Definitely. End of July into August. That's absolutely massively important. Have we just been off for 5 months? Yeah, never mind that.
It's the children's mental health, you know, they're really struggling at the moment.
Yeah. I love it when parents do that, like, I need my child to go back because their mental health and I need them the fuck out of the house. Like, all right. Yeah, sure, it's about their mental health.
But you've been quite vocal, like, not to get too serious, you know, comedy podcast, very funny, ha ha ha. But
thanks for summing it up. That's our new bio.
Comedy podcast, very funny.
spoken like a foreign national.
Me make talk, Mother Teresa, pum pum. Very many laugh.
It's like you got a Serbian man to sum up your podcast.
Adam Rowe, comedy man, Liverpool. Grandad Dave, boring. Freddy, not teacher.
But you have been quite vocal about the fact, because, you know, there's parents who listen to this, not good ones, but there's some. Because you really don't think the kids should be in school, because you basically think they're not getting an education anyway.
Oh, they're not. Absolutely. So I used to be fucking, like, especially when I was a teacher, like, my line was always that unless your kid is literally fucking dying, then they have to go into school. None of this fucking, oh, he's got a migraine so he can't come in. Fuck off. Get your kid into school. Stop being a prick. Because you can't miss school. Because what happens is, you've got to think of this from a teacher's perspective, right? You've got 30 fucking kids in the class. Let's say they're in year 10 or year 11 where it starts to get important, right? Let's say you have 2 kids off on the week where you talk about a character from a book. And then you teach it to the other 28. And then the next week you move on to a different character. And those 2 kids come back. Well, how the fuck are you going to... What, are you going to teach two sets at once? What, are you going to teach the 2 and then they're going to miss out on something else? Like, what the fuck do you do? So, like, actually kids missing school is a massive fucking problem when you're teaching, because the curriculum's so goddamn tight that you can't afford for any days off and shit like that. But at the moment, they just aren't getting an education. Like, again, I can't speak a fucking word of Spanish. It's pointless me being in that room and being like, what's bon mean? What anyone who knows?
But they have to be there because, especially like, even like if they're key workers' kids, they have to be in at the moment, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a school, is it? It's more like a fucking creche.
Because the amount of staff that are off is insane. Like, I was working at places where over 50% of teachers were off. Now, that's just unbelievable. Like, if you have, in a school, if you have 2 or 3 teachers off on one day, it's like, oh, bloody hell, we're snowed under at the moment. It's insane. It's unprecedented.
And now you've got half the staff off. Well, isolating, actually got COVID.
Yeah, one of the following. Because the thing is so the one where I taught the one where I taught physics, the head of science was meant to teach them that day, which is a good shout on paper, innit? She got a text message at 8:05 to say you've got to self-isolate. And so she spoke to the head and she was like, says I've got to go. And they were like, yeah, you've got to. You can't be insured to be at school. So they just fucked her off at 8:05, and that was that. And then I had to come in, and I'm just a body in the fucking room. I don't know any goddamn physics. So it's like,
Jesus.
So it's pointless them being open. And also as well, you cannot like socially distance and stop it from spreading. You just can't. It's impossible.
Are the kids bothered about COVID? Are they talking about it? Like, are they even aware of what's going on? Or?
I was teaching in schools when killer clowns were a thing, and do you remember killer clowns? Like people dressing up as clowns and scaring the shit out of kids.
2 years ago?
No, it was about 4 years ago.
Wasn't it after it? Was it like 4 years ago?
About 4 years ago.
When
I
it
don't
came
really
out.
remember that because we touched on that. We were at one point, like we didn't end up doing it, so I'm just going to sort of say it. We were looking at doing. It was only when we had like 500 patrons as well. It's like 5 times the size of that now. We were going to do a big prank of some sort. We were going to use the 500 patrons to like want you all to tweet at the same time saying you've seen like a UFO and see if we can get it trending or something. And one of the ideas we had was to just get loads of people to dress up as clowns and go to Nugent Park in Liverpool and just spread this, like, what the fuck are all these clowns doing in Nugent Park every night?
How brutal would that be when it was just 3 podcast listeners turned up? One of them hadn't even made the effort with the clown costume and none of us could be fucking arsed. You'd lose 3 listeners. They're going, I fucking spent... It's a proper Pennywise. Bastard.
But yeah, you one of you guys or one of the patrons mentioned that then, like there was like this killer clown thing, but I
so
it's big in America, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we're adults, and for us, we don't see a dude dressed up as a clown and go, "Oh my god, he might hurt me." You go, "Look at that fucking prick."
If it was dark and there was someone walking down the street with a clown mask on, I'd fucking run a mile.
Would you?
What? Yeah.
So here's the thing.
I would think probably a pedo. Like, what clown's walking down the street? I'm a nighttime clown. I go to nighttime children's parties.
Also,
he's on a register.
I'd be like,
but not for you.
Why? He might have a knife.
Oh,
Yeah, so might you.
But I haven't.
Yeah, but neither's he.
Yeah, but he could get one.
But you wouldn't think that he's a pedo either, because one thing about paedophiles is that they don't try and attract attention to themselves, do they?
Do you know what I say?
Big fucking red car with a nose on the top.
Where is
him
the
going,
honour of paedophilia these days? Dress up as a clown. Let us know.
You're looking at him like, well, this is a bizarre double bluff situation that he's doing.
I can hear footsteps. Slap, slap, slap.
Yeah, I mean, pedos keep a low profile, generally speaking, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, there's been some high-profile paedophiles outed this year. Don't know whether you've heard about Prince Andrew being shagging the lot of them, mate. In the art and everything.
Do you reckon he'll ever get done for that?
Well, absolutely not.
No.
Because Mars the Queen.
Yeah, exactly. It's mad how...
And do you know what? Right, let me just say this. If my ma...
This isn't a conspiracy either.
If my ma was the Queen and I got in any sort of trouble with the law, I'd be fucking fuming.